Hey and welcome. I'm Laura, live Namasturm Yoga. Join me for a cozy candlelight yoga class. So thank you so much for joining me today. Where I live, I know it is getting colder. So every once in a while, I just want to do one of those cozy yoga practices that makes you feel kind of warm and happy. So we are going to do a VINYASA flow class tonight, but we might keep it a little bit on the mellow side. We'll move, but not too vigorous, just to kind of try to enjoy and luxuriate in our practice. Go ahead and start seated. Bring your hands to your knees. Roll your shoulders back so they're stacked over your hips. Close your eyes and just let your head float up on top of the neck for a moment and take a couple of simple breaths, letting yourself notice. Hopefully you have a candle lit near you as well. You might be able to hear it crackling a little bit or smell the melting wax. Let yourself notice the surrounding sensations in addition to the sensations in your body and the feeling of your breath. And then from seated, let's just do a simple twist. Take the left hand over to the right knee and turn over your right shoulder, breathing. And switch directions, right hand to left knee, turning over that left shoulder. Coming back to center, let's move to our hands and knees for some cat-cow stretches from Tabletop. At this point, you can start to add in your Ujjayi breathing practice. Inhale the head and tail up, let the chest drop down, let the belly drop down, let the shoulder blades come together. And then exhale, just go the other way. Let your head drop into tail tuck. Inhale, cow pose, swaying the back. Exhale, cat pose, arching the spine. Notice what's coming up for you, whether it's, just sensations in the body or maybe that nice sense of relief that you sometimes get when you get to your mat and just begin to move so gently, reminding your body of what it can do. And then let's, from here, just step the right foot forward. You can use your hand to help you get that foot to the front of the mat, knee over ankle, and we're going to take a low lunge. As you sink the hips forward towards the front heel, take the arms up and grab hold of your left wrist with your right hand so you can gently pull to a side stretch as you lunge. Come back out of the side stretch. Plant your left hand down inside of that right foot and take the right arm up for another twist here. Easy twist. And then if you'd like to, maybe tuck your back toes, straighten out your back legs so the knee floats off the ground. And then hand back to the floor, lower your left knee again, bring the right knee back. Let's just drop to a child's pose before we do the lunge on the other side. And then come on up, and this time we'll step the left foot forward. Try to get that knee over the ankle so that we've got some support for the joint. Back knee is down. If that back knee is uncomfortable, you can always put like a towel or something underneath it. Or in class, sometimes I encourage students to just fold the side edge of their mat to double it up in that place. Take the arms up, and we'll side stretch over to the left this time. So grabbing that right wrist to give yourself just a little gentle pull. And then come back up, Take the right hand down to the ground. Let the left arm reach up so you're doing a nice twist. And then tucking the back toes, maybe straightening out that back leg, reaching through the heel. Turning back to the floor. Now let's go ahead and step to plank pose. So if your back leg is straight, all you really need to do is move that left leg back to meet the right. Shoulders stay over the wrists. Reach through the heels, strong through the core. Elongate your neck. Make sure you're still breathing. And then let's take the knees to the floor. Bend the elbows to lower the heart down to your mat. And then let's just bring the hands by the sides of the body. And we're just going to lift up a little bit so you become like the bottom of a rocking chair. Let the shoulder blades move on to your back. Let the fingers extend behind you and the toes extend behind you as you lift just a little, both the upper and lower body. Now from here, if you'd like, bend the knees and catch the feet with the hands, or the ankles with the hands. If you bend the knees and you can't reach, straighten the legs back out again. But if you've got them, then a gentle pull away. Keep your thighs resting on the floor, shoulder blades pull together, just a gentle bow pose. And then let that go, let the legs go. Bring your forehead to the floor, or you can drop one ear down and rest. And then hands next to the chest, elbows tuck in by the sides, shoulders lift, and then gently push the hands down to press yourself up to Cobra Pose. Heart forward, neck is relaxed. So we don't need the head to drop all the way back, but we also don't want to drop the chin to the chest. Just in that nice, easy position where you could turn your head from side to side and it wouldn't hurt. And then let's take downward facing dog. So tuck those toes, use the abdominals to help you lift the hips up, and then moving the heart back. Spread your fingers, elongate the arms, and then just take a little time to pedal into the feet, bending one knee, let the opposite leg straighten, switch sides when you're ready. Breathe. If you've practiced yoga for any length of time, you may have the same experience as I do with down dog, where it just feels like an old friend. I'm always happy to come into this pose. I love the balance between effort and ease that it requires. That extension of the spine just feels great. And then if you want to straighten the legs, you can, but you don't have to force yourself to do so, so you have options here. Let's go ahead and walk the feet to the front of the mat. Let them settle in about hip distance apart. Soften your knees and just allow your upper body to dangle here, maybe swaying a little from side to side, or you can nod and shake the head if you like to. Sometimes even like to bounce the knees to help release my back. And then let go of your elbows, roll up to standing. Really try to stack your spine slowly, evenly, mindfully. Shoulders roll back into place. You can give them a couple extra rolls. And then walk the feet so that the big toes touch, heels remain slightly apart. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. And then let's just take a couple breaths in Tadasana with the palms pressing here. So engaging the muscles of the legs, distributing the weight evenly on the feet, and reconnecting with that Ujjayi practice. We're going to move into some sun A's. So inhale, reach the arms out and up when you're ready, and then following your breath, exhale, fold to Uttanasana. Inhale, fingers to shins, lift halfway up to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step to plank, lowering chaturanga, but you can always bring knees to the floor, and then either sweeping to up dog, just rolling to the tops of the feet, or stay with cobra, and then downward facing dog.
holding for a few breaths in down dog, rooting into the hands and lengthening with each inhale. Maybe finding just a little more depth with each exhale. Really just giving into the pose, not trying to push or force your way in. And then on an inhale, look forward. As you exhale, step, walk, or you can hop to the top of the mat. Half lift again. Exhale, fold Uttanasana, and then reverse swan dive. Come on up. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Let's continue to flow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Follow your own rate of breathing to up dog or cobra and to downward facing dog, and then hold. Now, if you don't like to hold down dog, you could just take a breath here, but you can take up to 5. I also want to invite you, as you continue to flow through a few more sun salutations, to maybe close your eyes as you move. Our bodies know the way. We don't really need to see to do it, and it might just bring you a little bit of sense of inner calm. So try it if it feels right. If it does not, you can keep your eyes open. When you're ready to move on, inhale, look to the top of the mat. Exhale, step, walk, or hop. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, and then reverse your swan dive, come up. Exhale, palms together. Let's take 3 more. Follow your own pace, and again, here, if you'd like to work with your eyes closed, go ahead and do so. Let's just find your way to your next down dog. Take your time if you're still flowing. And then let's just drop the knees to the floor. We're going to take a dolphin pose here. So you can go ahead and set up the forearms on the ground, elbows under shoulders, interlace your fingers, press your forearms down, tuck your toes, lift your knees and hips, move the heart back. Keep your neck relaxed. Let's take the right leg into the air. We're going to also open the hip and bend the knee. So point the knee to the sky. Try to bring it as high as you can as you push those forearms down. Keep relaxing the neck. And then bring your right foot back to the floor, and we'll just do the other side. So take the left leg up, open the hip and bend the knee. Root down, rise with the knee. And toes down, knees down, child's pose, lengthening out, extend the arms. Let's make this an active child's pose. So fingers are spread, elbows lift, forehead is down. And then from here, lift your hips just enough to tuck the toes, but then move your heart back, hips back to the heels. See if you can just lightly lift the knees off the ground, and then to come to down dog, just straighten up the legs, keeping the spine long. Let's take the right leg into the air. This time we're going to work with a square hip, so toes are flexed down. step forward with that right foot. Knee over ankle. Let's take a high lunge, but come all the way up to Crescent Pose. Find your balance, steady your gaze. Reach the arms up, energy through the fingers, but nice and soft in the shoulders. So we feel our legs are strong, but we don't want to feel like we're stiff. And then let's go ahead and take that left hand down to the floor inside the right foot. Right arm up, same twist as we did earlier, but now we're going to transition to a side plank. Do the best you can to stabilize the upper body first so that you don't really even have to move it at all. Roll to the edge of your back foot and then just move your right foot back into place. Flex the feet, lift the hips, lift the gaze. And I should also mention, if you've got candles around you, make sure you're not somewhere where your hair can just drop into a flame, because that would not be good. Turn to the floor. You're in plank, just take a vinyasa. Take the left leg up, square hip, same thing, second side. Root into the hands. Look forward, step forward. We're going to take our Crescent Pose. Upper body up. Strong back leg. And right hand down, left arm up. First to the twist, stabilize that upper body, and then moving to a side plank. Turn to the floor, vinyasa. Breathing here. Let's drop knees to the floor. We're going to take a Camel Pose, Ustrasana. So keep your toes tucked perhaps, hands behind the back. Lift your heart. Hips stay over the knees, and then maybe reaching your hands for your heels. Chin in or head back. Support your back, come on up. Hands back to the floor, downward facing dog. Take the right leg up. This time we're going to open the hip, but keep the legs straight. Reach the toes to the ceiling. Shoulders stay level. And then we're going to sweep that right leg under the left arm, off the edge of the mat. Make sure you don't kick a candle. Edge of the foot to the floor. Lift the left arm and twist open. Breathe. And then left hand down, right leg sweeps back into the air, and exhale, step it forward between the hands. Back heel down, let's take a warrior one. Come on up into it. Hips squared forward. And then let's take the hands behind the back, interlace fingers for humble warrior. Shoulder blades back and down. Try to keep your hips level and the back heel rooted as you let the upper body fold. Drop your head, relax your neck. Okay, and take the hands back to your waist, plant your palms again. Take a vinyasa. Second side, left leg sweeps open, toes towards the ceiling. And then swing the left leg under the right arm, edge of the foot to the floor. Right arm lifts, twist open. And right hand down, left leg up, and exhale it forward. Warrior one, side two. Come on up. Find the strength of this pose, especially in the lower body, but the gaze is also strong. Just the posture itself has an element of strength to it. And now the humble warrior. So we can let ourselves let go of some of the strength, but that low body stays stable and strong. So we haven't lost that warrior quality. We're just letting our upper bodies give in. And then hands back to the waist so you can let them unclasp, palms to the floor. Take a vinyasa if you'd like to. You can always be skipping these vinyasas too, so if you'd rather just focus on standing poses and go right to down dog, that is fine. Knees to the floor. This time we're going to set up for a headstand practice. If you don't want to take a headstand here, just let yourself take Dolphin Pose. So we did that earlier. You can always use that as a default. If you are going upside down into your inversion, just make sure you're practicing safely. See if you can nestle your head up by your hands. Walk the feet in and either floating them both up together or one at a time. When you're ready to come down, there's no rush here. Come down one leg at a time or both feet together. And we're going to take another child's pose. This time, fists stack, forehead to fists. All right, walk the hands out. Let's come back to downward facing dog. Tuck toes, lift knees and hips hard back. Let's take that right leg up. Just one inhale, reach it for the ceiling. Exhale, step your foot forward. Back heel rotates down. Inhale, take warrior one. We're going to open to warrior two. So just adjust that back foot. Level at the hips, knee over ankle, shoulders over hips, arms at shoulder height. Think down as opposed to up. It's a lot easier. And reverse your warrior. Vinyasa. Side two, left leg up, and step it forward. Warrior one, and taking warrior two, and we'll just hold for about 5 breaths or so. Get that alignment first. And then again, just see if you can kind of almost embody the pose, live within it, be present. And reverse your warrior. Cartwheel the hands to the floor. Vinyasa. Let's once again take the knees to the ground, and we're going to do another Ustrasana. So let's get in another back bend. This time, if you want to extend the feet for a deeper version, you may. You can always keep your hands on your back. If you're reaching for the heels, they're just a little further. But with the feet extended, I always feel like you can root down a little bit with the shins or ankles. So think about pushing your legs towards the floor, your low legs towards the floor. And that often helps us to lift and open a little better in the upper body. And support your waist. Come on up. Hands back to the mat. Once again, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step, walk, or hop the feet. Take a half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Reverse your swan dive. Come on up. Palms together in front of the heart. And let's step out wide for Prasarita Padottanasana. Hands to the waist. Let's just take a nice wide-legged forward fold. Head can hang, maybe walk the hands between the feet, line them up. Shift your weight forward toward the balls of the feet. Lift your quads, open the backs of the legs. And then hands to the waist, float up. Let's turn the right toes open. Front heel and back arch line up. You can turn the left toes slightly towards that right foot. Arms out. Let's move into triangle pose, Trikonasana. And then from here, come on up. Let's just stretch back. And then we're going to go to a standing split, staying on that right foot, fingertips to the floor, float the left leg up and fold down. Allow the left foot to step to about the midpoint on the mat. Transfer your weight to the left foot. See if you can reach down for that right big toe. You might need to bend your left knee a little bit. And then with left hand on the left waist, see if you can bring that leg up with you. Right leg up. Pull your shoulder back. And then take the leg open to the side if you can. And you might even turn your head. Gaze the opposite direction. From here, let's see if we can go to eagle pose. So we're going to try to just you can let go of the right big toe, but you want to just cross the leg over the left, sink down like you're sinking into a chair, tuck the toes behind the calf. And then we'll do the arms second. So arms out, and we're going to do the right arm under the left arm. So left is on top, and then lift the elbows. Breathe. Unwind, chair pose. So keep your left knee bent. Let's take Utkatasana here. And then Uttanasana. Now to step back to plank for your vinyasa, you might have to walk your hands forward and your feet back. Feel free to do that. And head back to down dog. And inhale, look forward. Exhale, step, walk, or hop your feet forward. Half lift. Fold Uttanasana. Reverse your swan dive. Let's step out wide. we'll take a second variation of Prastrita. This one's really similar. We're just gonna turn the hands around the other way. So as you fold down, start to walk the hands behind you. Keep the elbows straight, and the fingers can start to move like beyond the mat perhaps. But continue to lean your weight forward toward the balls of the feet so your head is coming closer to the floor every moment. All right, and then bring your hands to your waist, float up. Turn the left toes open, turn the right toes slightly towards the left, arms out, coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose. And then stretching back. So we're just going to go into this little balancing sequence here, starting with standing split. Fingertips to the floor, transfer your weight to the left foot, let the right leg float up, let your head hang down. Now do the best you can with this transition. We're going to let the right foot come down, but just to about the middle of the mat. Transfer your weight to it. And then see if you can just grab your left big toe. You'll probably need to bend your right knee to get your weight over that foot. Right hand to the hip. See if you can bring your left leg up with you. Do your best. Shoulders back, and then take the leg open to the side. Maybe that arm out and the gaze goes in the opposite direction. And then moving towards eagle. So you can bend your knees. The left leg is going to cross over the right. And then the arms are going to be out. We're going to cross the left arm under the right. Lift the elbows, sink the hips, eagle pose, Garudasana. Unwind, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Hands forward, feet back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog or cobra. And a downward facing dog. Let's take the right leg into the air and an inhale, exhale, step it all the way up between the hands. Take the left knee down. We're going to go into Hanumanasana, which maybe will be Ardha Hanumanasana for you. First thing is we want to move the hip over the back knee. Not over the heel, but over the knee so your thigh is vertical. Pop onto your right heel so the sole of your foot is also vertical, the leg is straight. Ardha, or half Hanumanasana, is just folding towards that leg. If you need to put your fingers on blocks or something, that's totally fine. The knee might be slightly bent, but what we don't want to do is bend the knee more just to go deeper with the upper body, because we're kind of cheating the pose, and in so doing, we're cheating ourselves of the practice. So if you can't fold too deep, that's okay. As long as you're getting the stretch, that's the aim. For those of you who have more open hamstrings, if you want to go to full Hanumanasana, slide the heel forward. It might even go off the mat and start to go towards the full split. If this is too much, come back out of it. Breathe wherever you're at. Okay, and now if you slid your heel forward, kind of slide it back. You might have to move your mat, and then hands to the floor. Let's just simply go right back to down dog. We can pedal out the legs a little bit if we need to, and we're going to do the other side. So left leg up on an inhale. Exhale to step it forward. Right knee lowers. Same procedure for getting there. Hip over knee. Hop onto your left heel, and then with that front leg straight, some people might just be here and like you need the blocks there to get that stretch but feel safe. Totally fine. Go where you need to go. This is your practice. Don't hurt yourself. This is an opportunity for a deep stretch. But if we stretch too far, if we push ourselves or go to the point of pain and kind of override our body's innate sense of where we belong, we can hurt ourselves. So don't do that. It should feel good. If stretching feels good to you and you have access to a deeper stretch, let your left heel extend further away from you so you can come closer to that full split. If this is not for you, don't push or force it. It's okay. Be where you're at and just enjoy what your body can do today. Okay, and then coming out of it, try to stay in control. Maybe not of your mat, but palms to the floor, back to down dog, and you can shake out that leg or kick through the heel as needed. All right, let's walk the feet forward. We're going to come to a seat on our mat. Actually, let's just come to a squat on our mat, so almost to a seat, hips as low as you can get them while the feet are still on the floor fully. Wrap your arms around your shins, tuck in. Every once in a while, I just need to do this because it just feels like I'm giving myself a hug. So do that for yourself here. And then when you're ready, do go ahead and drop your hips to the floor. Let's take Vada Kanasana. So soles of the feet together, knees go wide. And you can move your hips towards your heels or your heels back towards your hips, whichever makes most sense for you. Let your upper body sink down. If you'd like to use your elbows to gently press your knees wider, first of all, be gentle. And then second of all, I always encourage using a little bit of resistance. So pushing slightly up on the elbows with the knees. You're activating those oppositional muscles. And for some reason, there's probably science behind it, but I do feel like I actually get a further stretch if I resist a little bit rather than just trying to push just with my arms. All right, come on up. Let's keep the left foot tucked in, and we're going to tuck it over by the right hip and step the right foot over the leg for a seated twist. You can use your left arm around your right knee or past it to turn over your right shoulder. If you'd like to take a bind here, there are a couple of options. You can thread your left hand under the right leg, reach behind with the right hand to try to grab fingers together, or you can even take your arm, it's right now in front of the left, the left leg, flip it to the other side and try to grab the inner foot. And then coming out of your twist, we're going to go to a double pigeon here. So the left leg that's on the bottom, we're going to move the shin forward so that it comes kind of parallel with the front edge of your mat so that knee and heel are kind of aligned. And then we're just going to tip that right leg down on top of it so that your right foot is stacked right on top of your left knee, and then the right knee is directly above your left foot, but it may not be stacked directly on top of it because if your hips are tight, it's going to pull up and out of it a little bit. And then we're just going to lean forward. Take your time here. Again, we don't want to push, pull, or force, but just really allow a little bit of a lean, and then gravity is going to do the work for us. So as we start to release in there, then gravity is going to let our upper body sink forward a little deeper. You can resist this with your hands, so if it becomes too intense, use your hands to push yourself out of it, but as you start to feel like you can let go a little more, You can start to walk the hands forward, let the head drop down, let your chest come towards your shins. Try to spend 2 more breaths here. And then gently move out of it when you're ready. Let's lean back. And now we're going to bring that right heel to the floor and take the left leg over for the twist first, using your right arm around or past, turning to the left. Finding a bind if you did on the first side. So you can thread the fingers through there, or if that's too much. It's going to be a little different for everyone what bind works, or if none of them work, don't worry about it. Coming out of the twist, let's stack the shins for our double pigeon on side 2. So just a reminder, bringing your right shin or right foot forward so the shin is parallel, and then the left shin stacks above, foot over knee, knee over foot, and then gently folding in at your own pace. And we'll probably take about 10 breaths here, so there certainly is no rush to get to the end. Two more breaths. And then walk your hands in to come on up. Lean back. Take the legs out. Give them a little shake. We've done a fair amount of hamstring stretching tonight already. We've done some hip openers. But one final forward fold, think about it as being calming. You might even choose to bend your knees in this one so that you're not straining the stretch. You can flex your feet though, and then just inhale, reach the arms out and up, allow the upper body to kind of just flop down. And we're just gonna take like 5 or 6 breaths here, trying to let go of the upper body, giving up the weight to the ground. And then walk the hands in. At this point, I would definitely encourage you to come to your back, lay out flat, and take Shavasana for 5 or 10 minutes if you've got it. I'm going to close this shared practice with you though. Corpse pose is very basic and very simple, so I don't think I need to demonstrate. Hopefully you got that one down. Let's complete what we're doing together with a simple bow forward, but let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Just take one quick moment to tune into your breath. And the light in me recognizes and honors the light in you wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining me today and sharing this practice. Namaste. All right, well, if you had fun with this one, please give the practice a thumbs up. I hope you'll join me again later, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already.
Also, if you have any questions or comments, I always love to read those, and I'm happy to respond if I have a chance. So that's it for now. Take care, stay warm and cozy, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.